Hello, I'm Michael McNichols, founder and CEO of Fan Kings. I would like to take this opportunity to address the concerns and grievances we've received following Episode 1 of Robbie's Roto Roundup. Fan Kings, the ultimate online sportsbook, DFS hub, and casino, would like to pledge the following. We accept and encourage the advancements of all ethnic backgrounds. We give our full support to the LGBTQ communities. Our board consists of a diverse panel including evangelical Christians, Mormons, those of the Muslim faith, and one member of Bullet Baba's motorbike. Without our inclusive foundation of stakeholders, Fan Kings would not be able to provide you with the best platform for the sweat you crave. Robbie has sat, listened, learned, and promises to be better. At Fan Kings, we promise to continue to be better as well. Episode 1 of Triple R has been deleted from the archives and will never be played again. DFS is here for all to enjoy. Thank you.
It's bottom of the ninth. 2 outs. Robbie's up to bat. Game 7. World Series. Here comes the pitch. It's gone! It's out of here! Home run! Robbie walks off, wins the World Series! Robbie drops back to pass. Super Bowl. 30 seconds left. He's running around. 20 seconds left. He's running around more. He's got a man deep. Oh, he chooses to sneak it. He dekes out the linebacker. He's streaking on the sidelines. Touchdown! Robbie wins the Super Bowl! Super Bowl MVP, Roto Robbie! Robbie's coming up the blue line. Stanley Cup playoffs. Only 3 seconds. Reels back for the slap shot. Ka-church! It's in! Nothing but net! Robbie wins the Stanley Cup Championship! Robbie's dribbling up court. He passes it over to LeBron James. LeBron James shakes his head no. He passes it back to Robbie. Robbie does a fadeaway jump shot. Shoots! It's in the net! Nothing but net! He wins! NBA Championship MVP, Robbie! Welcome to Robbie's Roto Roundup, Episode 1. Thanks everyone for joining today. This is really exciting for me. Gonna be doing this weekly podcast of all things DFS, fantasy. I'm known as a pretty heavy hitter in the fantasy community now. I've had a good 6 months, made a lot of money. I've earned enough money to afford a producer. His name is Jake Kump. Found him in a Craigslist ad, but he's awesome, man. I've listened to some podcasts that he's produced, and he really knows how to press record. So Kump?
Yeah?
Just wanted to, say, I think you're a great guy. I took an Uber over here from Roseville, Minnesota, and I haven't been to Minneapolis very much, and wow, these buildings are really big. They're just right in front of your apartment. My apartment is in Roseville. It's called Rose Vista, and I live there with my mom and my bumpa, and we have a C2 model, 3-bedroom. I have my own bedroom, and the C2 is known as the King's layout there. There's only 4, and we got one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, but this apartment's pretty fire in its own right.
Thank you.
I mean, you got those big buildings there, and you have a guitar on your wall. And when I asked you where the bathroom was earlier, and you told me, sometimes I get my left and rights mixed up, and I ended up in your bedroom, and I saw that you had a dresser there, and I looked in the top part, and I saw that there were some things in foil called magnums, and then I thought I should probably go to the bathroom because it kind of got a little desperate there. But I gotta say, you're one of the coolest guys I've ever met. I mean, you have your own apartment that doesn't have your mom and your bumpa there. You have a girlfriend. I saw on your Facebook that you're not single, and you drink beer too. When I went in your refrigerator to get a La Croix, there was beer in there, and I was like, whoa, this guy is Awesome. So, yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that you can be my producer and that you have all this equipment. I don't have any of this. I have my PC that I game on with my buddy Carter. He may be on an episode soon, but the problem is he's grounded from last week. So, he's like grounded indefinitely from hanging out with me. So, we'll see if we can get him on. Maybe we can get him on in the future because I plan on doing this for a long time. I have my my muse. She's really encouraged me to do this. So let's get into it, okay? I want to talk about the last fantasy season that we had. It was a pretty good one for Roto Robbie. They don't call me Roto Robbie for nothing. So out of 15 leagues, 9 chips. 9 chips. 9 chips. What do you think about that, comp?
It sounds pretty good. Chip, is that...
Champion chips. Chipping the money. Stacking the chips. 9 chips at, what I make is about a little over $2,000. But that's not where I get
Did you say each or all together?
All together. That paid for 1 month's rent. With the pandemic, my mom lost her job. And then she just stayed off her job. I mean, the pandemic's actually pretty sweet because my mom had 3 husbands and they all died. And she ended up getting stimuli checks from all of them. And for each rune, it was like 3 runes of stimuli checks. And my bumble was like, hey, the government ain't going to do SHIT about that. So we're in the clear, baby. And that really helped us out for a while. And that's when I, learned about Fan Kings. The problem with that is you have to be, a certain age. And I'm only 13 years old. I go to Rams, that's Roseville area middle school. I get to take a bus and I'm on the bus route and it goes all the way to Rams. And I do a lot of fantasy research on that trip because it takes, about 25 minutes because I live pretty far away from Rams, so I get to do a lot of research. And when I found out about Fan Kings, I just put in my Bumpa's name and his DOB that I found on his Minnesota State ID card. And there I went. I just took one of those stimuli checks and I put it in there and I was able to buy some credits and then I was able to get going on that DFS. They also have some, poker that I don't know how to play. I lost a bunch of money on that at first. And then I started winning fantasy and here we are. I've been stacking a lot of green with that. I was able to go to Craigslist and find my producer comp that is going to make my podcast for me here. And speaking of, let's get to my podcast because I got some things that I want to talk about. I said 9 chips in 15 leagues. Well, here's the problem. It should have been 11 chips in 15 leagues, but there's this dumbass in Green Bay named Aaron Rodgers, and he really screwed me over at the end. Week 17 against the Detroit Lions, he throws only 138 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, and that was 2 chips that I lost right there just because of that. All he needed to do was throw another touchdown, and it would have been 2 more chips for Robbie, and that would have been a bunch more money for me. But that just made me think, everyone thinks that Aaron Rodgers is so great, and I was looking at it, and he's actually not that great. And let's get into that. What do you say about that, Coomp?
Let's get into it. What do you got?
Okay, well, so Aaron Rodgers has been playing football longer than I'm alive, so he's an old asshole. And he was drafted in 2005, and he was so SHITTY that they didn't even start him until 2008. And he didn't even make the playoffs that year. He made the playoffs the next year, and that was in 2009. That was when the Vikings actually went to the NFC Championship game. I know about that because my bumpo always tells me about that all the time, and then he ends up crying a little bit. He's been a Vikings fan since, like the 60s or some SHIT. And before that, he was a Packers fan because there was no Vikings. And my mom, she's she's actually a Packers fan because she was born in Wausau, Wisconsin. And Aaron Rodgers has made her cry. Like, I don't know how many times when they lose in the playoffs. It's like 8 or 9 times. Because they lost in the 2009 season. It was actually 2010. The playoff game was January 10th against the Arizona Cardinals. They ended up losing 45-51, which is like the worst defense on both sides that I've ever heard of. Aaron Rodgers, he did throw 4 touchdowns, threw for 423 yards. He did throw an interception, and he was sacked 5 times. That's a lot of times to be sacked.
That's a lot.
He did rush for 1 touchdown, but in the most important pivotal play of the game, what happened? He got sacked and he fumbled it. And Arizona recovered and won. So boom, out of the playoffs that year. And also, guess what? The old guy that Aaron Rodgers thought that he was better than, in that year 2009, his name was Brett Favre. He ended up playing for the Vikings, and he beat the Packers twice that year. So yeah, pretty great stuff there, Rodgers. Now, 2010 season, they had a better year. Rodgers had a better year too. So his stat line that year was 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I mean, that's not too great. They snuck into the playoffs as the wild card spot. And here's the problem. There was like 3 games that they should have lost during the regular season that the referees gave positive calls for the Packers, and they should have not even made the playoffs. They ended up winning the Super Bowl that year, but they took a pretty easy route. They had Philadelphia in the first game, and they won 21-16. Then they had Atlanta, who was a really shitty team, and they won 48-21. Then, in the NFC Championship game, they faced Jay Cutler and the Chicago Bears, and guess what? Jay Cutler had a torn ACL in his knee, and they only beat the Bears 21-14 with a guy that had a bum knee. Yeah, right. So, sure, they end up getting to the Super Bowl and they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 31-25. But that was a pretty crummy Steelers team anyways. It was like maybe the worst Super Bowl ever. I heard that my bumper fell asleep during it, and my mom was working at the ground round, so she didn't even watch it, so she didn't even get to celebrate it. So that made me hate Aaron Rodgers even more. So after that, you think, okay, we got a young quarterback. He's going to win us a bunch of Super Bowls. And guess what? Bupkis. Nothing. In 2011, they make the playoffs. They were 15-1. You think that they would be easily the best team in the league, the favorite. Well, guess what? They lost in their first playoff game against the New York Giants and Eli Manning. And they lost big time by 17 points at home. What a piece of shit.
Come on, man.
What?
We're not supposed to be swearing like that. We got,
Oh, yeah.
advertisers. Come on.
Okay. What a piece of shit. So, yeah, there you go. 15-1 down the drain, 2011. 2012, they make it to the playoffs again. And they play the Minnesota Vikings, who they played the week before and got beat by. Like, the Vikings whooped up on that ass, and then they get to go play in Green Bay. But guess what? The Vikings quarterback, Christian Ponder, got hurt in that final game, in the finale. And my bumper said that if Christian Ponder was healthy, that the Vikings would have won the Super Bowl that year. So the Packers, they had to face, let me look this up, this guy named Joe Webb, who it says that he's a wide receiver, and that guy played quarterback against them. And they only beat them by 14 points. So then they get to play at San Francisco. So that would be the divisional round. And they lose to the 49ers 31-45. Jeez. So, all right. Yeah, no Super Bowl yet. Now we're in 2013. They make the playoffs again. Oh, guess what? It's the 49ers and they're playing them at home. So you think that they would maybe beat them once? Nope. Big L. 20-23. And guess what? Aaron Rodgers was the first overall pick in 2005. And guess who had the first overall pick in 2005? The San Francisco 49ers. And Aaron Rodgers, that was his favorite team growing up. And he said that he wanted to play for them more than anyone. And guess what? They drafted Alex Smith. They said, Aaron Rodgers, pass. And they passed on him. So, what did Aaron Rodgers say after that 2005 draft? He said, they're going to regret that. They said, Aaron, are you going to regret not going to the 49ers? And he said, not as much as they're going to regret not drafting me. Okay, well, now he's 0-2 in the playoffs against them. Yeah, I bet they really regret that, Aaron. That's for making my mom cry again in 2013. So now, 2014, we have the Packers again. I believe they were the second seed that year, and they end up playing Dallas at home. They beat them 26-21, and that was the year that Des Bryant caught a touchdown, and for some reason the referee said, no, it's not a touchdown, and then the Packers ended up winning. What a bunch of BS that was. So you think that the Packers, with their fortune, would go to Seattle and end up just whooping on that bet. But guess what? They lose in the final second of the game to Russell Wilson, who's only like 5'8". He throws a long bomb touchdown, beats them. No Super Bowl again, Packers fans. Sorry, Aaron Rodgers sucks. Now we move on to 2015. Here he is again, Aaron Rodgers. This time, they're on the road at Washington. They win 35-18. Oh yeah, like that's a hard team to beat. Kirk Cousins was their quarterback. Now, at Arizona, and you would think that maybe Arizona with Carson Palmer, who was a massive disappointment in his career, that the Packers would be able to walk all over them, especially Rodgers. Nope, he only throws 2 touchdowns for 261 yards, 1 interception, and Larry Fitzgerald took over that game at the end and ends up eliminating them. So it's 2015 now. It's been 5 years since they won their first Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, and it's not looking too good, is it? On to 2016. So the Packers are a wild card in this, and they play the Giants, and they're probably pretty scared because Eli Manning has whooped up on them a bunch, and Eli Manning only whooped up on the Patriots, so what does that say about Aaron Rodgers? I don't get it. So the Packers end up winning 38-13. Then they go on the road to Dallas and they win in a squeaker 34-31. And then they lose to Atlanta 21-44. You've got to be kidding me. 2016 gone. Then they miss the play off the bench. And they don't get back until 2019. And then they play Seattle. They win, sure. And guess what? Oh, it's San Francisco, the team that Aaron Rodgers wanted to play for when he grew up. Guess what? Out. Lose by 17 at home. You've got to be kidding me. Now, on to 2020. Green Bay at home. Los Angeles Rams beat them 32-18. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, Tampa Bay. Let's go. Crushes them. It was a lot closer than it actually was in that game. 26-31 exit. And we saw what happened just the other week, January 22nd. Rodgers came out against the 49ers, who doesn't have a quarterback, playing in exactly the conditions that he wants to play in, doesn't throw a touchdown, only throws for 225 yards, and gets sacked 5 times. 10-13. And guess what? He's gone now. He's no longer going to be on the Packers, and that's that. That's for ruining my fantasy season. That's for making my mom cry like 9 or 10 times. And I guess my bumpa likes it, but you know what? I don't like my bumpa. The only thing I care about is that he lets me use his name and his birth date so I can keep my DFS going. That's enough of that. I'm sick of this comp. I'm sick about talking about this guy. What else is there to say about this guy?
I think you pretty much covered it. You went pretty far back and you came all the way forward.
Yeah, I really hate him. I hope he ends up and goes and plays for a really shitty team sorry. I just want him to go away, okay?
I got you.
All right, enough of Aaron Rodgers. This is something that I'm really excited about because I Uber Eats this on the way over here. And what I mean by that is I took an Uber and I stopped in a drive-thru and I got some food before I came to Comps. It's called Robbie Grades Grub, and we're gonna grade the new burger that they have, and it smells awesome, man. It's big bacon cheddar, a lot of bacon on it. There's bacon jam. Oh man, you guys can't wait to hear me eat this, I bet. Welcome back. Thanks to Fan Kings. Thanks for all the help that they gave me over the last week or so. Really appreciated. Thanks for hanging around. And you can go to fankings.com to get that promo special, or check out the Google Play Store, or it might be on the App Store. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So now we're going to get into Robbie Grades Grub. And today on tap, we have the Wendy's Big Bacon Cheddar Cheeseburger. It's the new special, the BBC. And on that, it has a cheddar bun, crispy onions, bacon jam, American cheese slice, and a creamy cheddar dip, along with applewood smoked bacon. So this BBC is quite a mouthful, I guess. Let's get into it and give it a shot. And then as a bonus here, we have some of their new fries that they say are better than I'm Loving It. So let's try those first. Comp has a handful of BBC there, and he's gonna give it a taste. He's just kind of looking at it wide-eyed. Okay, I'm gonna try a fry. Yeah, it's crunchy.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's
not as good as I'm Loving It, like they say, but
No, I don't think so either. I don't think it's better than the old fry.
the old fries will get a little soggy. All right, I'm gonna go into the BBC here. Looks like the crispy onions aren't too crispy anymore. I mean, okay. So, as far as the grading goes here, it's either lit, it's lit AF, it's fire, or it's fire AF. And, lit is, yeah, I'm going to have this a few more times while it's on special. Lit AF is like a few times, a week. Fire is probably every day, and fire AF is multiple times a day. And I'm gonna have to eat some more of this BBC here. Hey, Comp, what do you think of it?
What was lit? Like lit and lit.
Lit is I'm gonna eat it every day, just once.
Oh
wait, no, that's fire. Lit is
fire's the high. Lit,
lit is
fire AF.
Lit's I'm gonna have it, probably a few more times while it's on special. Lit AF is, I'm gonna be having it a lot.
Like maybe every day until it,
fire is every day. And then fire AF is multiple times every day until they stop the BBC special.
Let me get one more bite. I mean, it's good.
I'm not getting any crispy onion. I'm not getting any cheddar sauce. I do taste bacon and something sweet, so maybe that's the bacon jam. I don't even know how you make bacon jam.
I got a rating. Are you ready with your rating? What do you think? You need a little bit? You need another?
I think I'm going to have one more BBC. Because we just got singles, so maybe I'll take the patty out of this one and slap it into the other BBC so I can have two of the beefy BBCs together. Here we go. All right, so now this would be the double. Two BBCs at once. That's fire AF. That's fire AF, Comp.
I don't know.
I'm loving this.
Lit AF. It's lit AF for me.
You're going lit AF? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going fire AF. I'm eating this thing multiple times a day.
Shit, dude. Multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day. I'm going to order at Grubhub. I'm going to order it on the dash. I may even take an Uber there. That's my way of Uber Eats. I go for a little drive. I have them take me around town. I have them stop at, I'm Loving It. Sometimes I like to get some fries from I'm Loving It. And then, I don't even know what Wendy's slogan is anymore. Quality is our recipe. I don't know. That just dropped my rating to, I'd say it's fire. Just because of the slogan.
What's the slogan again?
Quality is our recipe.
I mean,
That's a dumbass slogan.
yeah. All right, we're going fire.
Fire? Okay.
Yeah.
We're agreed. Fire.
Baconator.
That's the aggregated
BBC
score.
is fire.
All right. Actually, a surprisingly good place to get a burger from is this place by my apartment. Have you ever heard of House of Wang?
Mm-hmm.
They actually have fire AF burgers there. When they put fried onions on it, they put like half of a fried onion on it, and there's 2 different kinds of cheese, and they include pickles and your own ketchup packets and your own mustard packets and a mayonnaise packet. And I like to get that when I go visit my girlfriend. She works at the DQ, the one that's just the window.
Girlfriend.
It's not a Hottie's Cool Treats. It's
No,
just it's just a Cool Treats. I guess they
girlfriend.
have hot dogs there. Yeah, my girlfriend.
Tell us about your girlfriend.
Wendy. Her name is Wendy. She works at Cool Treats.
Did you just say that because you came from Wendy's?
No. Her name is Wendy, and I shouldn't say her last name, but it also starts with a W. But no, I mean, I saw your girlfriend. I was looking at your gram the other day.
Yeah?
And I was able to see pictures of your life. And
Okay.
I thought it was pretty fire. I saw your girlfriend and she was pretty hot. What's your favorite part about her?
I don't think that's an appropriate thing for you and I to be talking about.
Okay, well, I'll tell you about Wendy. So, she goes to my school, Rams.
Okay.
That's Roseville Area Middle School.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So we go to the same school and we take the bus out there. And we went to the same elementary school as well. And she used to live at my apartment, Rose Vista. And she's the one that told me I should get into podcasting because I come up to Cool Treats and I talk to her about fantasy football so much. And she was like, you should just go into a room with a microphone by yourself instead of being right here talking to me while I'm working.
Right.
And you should go do that instead. So she's kind of my, what is it, a muse?
Yeah, she inspired you
Yeah,
to
Wendy's
do
my
this.
muse. And I guess she inspired me to get the Wendy's BBC. I wonder if she likes BBCs. Maybe I can get her one.
I think you should ask her that.
Okay, I'll ask her that. So that wraps that up for Robbie Grades Grub. So we landed on the Wendy's BBC Fire. I would say that the fries are just lit. Old fries were probably better. They probably shouldn't say that those are better than I'm Loving It because no way. Ain't gonna happen. All right, more after this.
Do you want a car? Do you want some money? Let's go! FanKings is your ultimate online sportsbook, DFS hub, and casino. FanKings members can't get enough and won't stop winning.
Hi, my name is Paul Witchman from Owatonna, Minnesota. I've been a FanKing member for over a year now, and this app is so fun. Even the losing is starting to feel good.
Download the FanKings app now on the Google Play and App Store. Enter promo code RRR for 100 back from the first 1,000 you're down. FanKings, let's go!
If you or anyone you know may have a gambling problem, please call the National Problem Gambling Hotline at 1-800-522-4700. That's 1-800-522-4700.
All right, welcome to Robbie's Note Sack. This is going to be some listener submissions. They're going to ask me some questions on DFS, anything and all things fantasy. So, Kump, why don't you open up the first one? Looks like we just have one right now, but that's cool. We had to clear out the note sack because we got a lot of mail last week that definitely did not involve any sort of fantasy questions. It was actually more of a nightmare. So let's get into the note sack. Comp, what do we got?
Our first submission is from Christina TQ 1995.
1995. She's older. All right.
Yeah, the subject is entitled Hello. She says, welcome to the best double.
What does it say?
I don't think it's an appropriate thing for me to read. If you want to read it, it's your podcast. So
Well, what is she like? Does she like wanna like maybe meet me or something? Come on, just read it already.
You know what, Robbie? I'm not gonna read it. If you want to read it, you read it.
All right, it's my podcast, my money.
It is your
All right,
podcast.
I'll read it.
It is your podcast.
All right, welcome to the best double anal fisting site. HTTPS.
No, don't read that. Don't read it out.
Oh, man. That's the end of Robbie's note sack for this week. All right, so here's the deal. I told you guys last week, but you're not going to hear it because some of you guys just complain too much, and there's nothing I can do about that anymore. I gave my predictions, and they were pretty much spot on. I said that the Bengals would end up probably taking it to the Chiefs and maybe winning at the end of regulation with a field goal or either overtime. And guess what? They won in overtime with a field goal. And Mahomes kind of cropped his punts in that game, and there's nothing I can do about that. He won me some chips in the regular season, and so did Kelsey. So thanks, guys. I guess I don't really care what you do in the playoffs, but some of my listeners do, so they want my predictions, and I was right on that one. And then on the NFC, I was right on that too. I said that the 49ers were decimated, that they were kind of a one-trick pony on offense with Deebo Samuel, and he got some decent plays in, but Jimmy Garoppolo can only throw over the middle. He can't push it to the outside, and he always makes a mistake, and he made an epic mistake at the end of the game. And Stafford did just enough to win, so I think that this is going to end up being an SHITTY Super Bowl, and have fun watching it. I'm most looking forward to watching the Pro Bowl because that's going to have all of my favorite fantasy players in it, so we're going to talk about that next week. Let's see who puts up some big numbers. Hopefully, my guys don't get hurt that I plan on keeping. And I'd like to end the show. I'm not supposed to talk about this because this is supposed to be in the past, but I got a lot of bad mail from some haters out there, and I just want to tell you guys something. You guys can hate all you want, but guess what? I paid my family's rent at Rose Vista for the last 5 months with my DFS earnings. I paid my mom's car note from CarHop for the last 5 months. Actually, I had to pay 8 months because it was a little behind. I had to pay that with my DFS earnings. I pay all the DoorDash. I pay all the Grubhub in my apartment. Other than my grandpa's Social Security that he gets, and he gets some sort of pension from some place that I've never heard of, and maybe he'll tell me about that, but I don't care right now. All I have to say is, I'm not going anywhere, haters. You guys can all kiss my butt, and I don't care about you, and that's that. Next week, we're going to talk about Super Bowl predictions. Comp, do you have anything to say?
No, it's just it's nice to be here. It's nice to meet you, and it's nice to be on board.
I'm really happy to be in your apartment. Do you think that maybe sometime I could sleep on one of your comfy-looking sofas if, the Ubers are too expensive when I have to go home?
I would prefer. We'll find. I don't think we'll ever have to do that.
I have to take 4 buses to get home. I don't even know how I'm going to do that. Maybe I can get to the light rail, but then I have to get to University in Lexington, and then I think I take the 18 over, and then that takes me to the 14 to get to Rose Vista, and I don't even know if that's going anymore, and I just looked at Uber, and I don't know, I guess I'll pay for it.
Can your mom pick you up?
My mom can't drive.
So what are you paying her car payment for?
Well, I mean, it just kind of sits there. It's had a boot on it for a couple months because she parked in the wrong spot at Rose Vista, and she got in a big argument with the manager there. But whatever. So I have enough money that I can, pay my way around town, and I can get myself here. But I just want to say, Jake, that it was really nice that I was able to come to your apartment and get out of the house, because since the pandemic, I've just kind of been stuck inside gaming and playing DFS. And, my buddy Carter, he lives down the hall from me. And I'm kind of getting sick of him, because he usually just comes over if he has to use his bathroom or my bathroom, because he only has one bathroom, and his apartment is an efficiency apartment. And his mom's kind of sick, and their bathroom's pretty gross. So he only comes over when he wants to use my bathroom. And I'm like, hey, are we gonna like play or what? And then he ends up going home, or unless I get Grubhub or Dash, or if we get Uber Eats, or if I get some wangs, then he hangs around for a while, and then he uses my bathroom again, and then he just ends up going home. So it's really nice being in someone else's apartment. And I don't know. I mean, I think that maybe we could be like best friends.
Sure.
I've got a lot of money to pay for podcasts in the future, so I'm looking forward to being here a lot.
Great. Looking forward to having you.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, next week, Pro Bowl and Super Bowl picks.